What's up, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And you know what doesn't make sense to me is how old man Bernie can get up during a town hall, throw out talking points about democratic socialism, and people applauded that mess. People from a small town in Pennsylvania, a working town, and they're listening to Bernie, and it must have been a lot of Bernie supporters. So, yay, brilliant. And I'm thinking to myself, did you not just see the clips that the Fox interviewers did with all the people in the city where they were asking them, how do you think the economy's going here? All of them. Great. So now you want to bring in Bernie Sanders to just ruin all of that. Just tear it completely up. That's like somebody building a beautiful house, and then for some reason you say, I want to remodel it. And you go out and you get the worst construction company ever. You're looking at the portfolio. They've never completed a house. You're like, man, all these houses are horrible. They all collapsed? Really? Well, I think you're the man for the job then, and your ideal of how a house should be built. Okay? So now you got capitalism working, economy booming, and you got Bernie talking about implementing programs that would just immediately unravel all of that. And these people are going, yeah, tear my house down. That sounds good to me. You don't want to ruin a good thing, people. Old man Bernie got up there and was just throwing out a whole bunch of talking points with no details. He was smooth with how he got around the hard questions. But one question he didn't get around is when they said, well, you want to raise the taxes to like 55, maybe 65% on the wealthy or whatever. And you only paying, I think they was like 23% taxes or something like that. And they were like, look, man, why don't you do more? You can pay more taxes if you want. And he was like, well, you could too. Whoa. I'm not the one trying to tax the rich and say y'all need to be paying all this money. You the one doing that, Bernie. So why don't you pay more? And he was like, nope, I ain't doing that. Then he talks about healthcare. And he's talking about how universal healthcare, one payer healthcare, would actually be better in the long term. And he talked about how you don't have premiums, you don't have co-pays, all that stuff. But then he said, but yeah, you're going to pay for it one way or another in your taxes. But long term, you're not going to have to pay for it because you won't have to pay co-pays and premiums and all that stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. How much are our taxes going to be with this single healthcare plan you're talking about, first of all? And then secondly, what if I'm the guy that don't get sick very much? I'm not going to benefit off of the whole premiums and no co-pays and all that stuff. I'm going to be, it's like me having car insurance that I've been paying for 20 years, but I ain't never had an accident, never had to use it, but I am paying into it. So I don't have the choice now. I mean, you're just taking it out of my money, out of my paycheck, Bernie. See, but yet socialism's good. It's good. He threw out so many talking points, and when they would ask him details on it, he would dance around it by basically saying, it's not fair that certain people in the country has 1%. The 1% has more money than all the people at the bottom. And I'm going, wait a minute. You're messing with capitalism that you just benefited off of, Bernie. Your soda book made a whole bunch of money. They said, but isn't that the textbook definition of capitalism? No. Never explained why it wasn't. He just said no, and then went back to, it's not fair that the 1% has more money than all of the people at the bottom. That doesn't give me an answer, Bernie. That taps into my emotions and feelings, which I don't have any of those, okay? So now you're sitting back trying to tell me that I shouldn't shoot for the stars and try to make as much money as I can because I got to think about all the people that I guess don't make a lot of money. So where does that leave capitalism? Where does that leave innovation? Where does that leave, advancement? Why should I even try to go to college, get a degree? He was talking about college should be for everybody. You bring in socialism, why even go to college? I mean, if you're trying to distribute the wealth amongst everybody, then hey, I mean, I can just be a broom sweeper. I'm just sweeping up around and still getting paid. I mean, you're just taking from other people who bust their butt. Why would I want to do that when you're going to take my money and just spread it all out all over the place? So the reason people do that is because they want to earn more money or create a different lifestyle than everybody else. All right. So you can make things even when it comes down to opportunities, but you can't make things even when it comes down to outcome. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much socialism you're trying to push and all of that stuff. It's not going to happen. There's always going to be people who, if you do that, it's going to take advantage of the whole system. And I don't trust the people in the top that's going to be in control of all of that stuff. That's my take on it. Find me every Wednesday night, 7:30. I'm going to finish with Bernie tomorrow, 7:30 live on YouTube. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, notification button. Find me on Twitter and on Facebook. Check out Extreme Tees. Promo code is Kevin. You'll get a 20% discount. And if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom to do that as well. God bless you. See you next time at Kevin's Corner.